Right, on to this now. September is Tourism Month, and KwaZulu-Natal, the city of Durban in particular, will see several beaches north of Durban closed due to possible sewage spills, which resulted in numerous dead fish. Now, the closure also comes merely weeks before the school holidays, which start on 30th of September and end on October 10th. For more on this story, we're joined now by KZN MEC for the Department of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, also the chairperson of the ANC in the province, Siboniso Duma. MEC, good evening, and thank you very much for your time and for joining us tonight here in Focus. Congratulations on all fronts as the chair, but also as the incoming MEC. We'll bring you back to talk about the party issues, but today let's talk about your portfolio within tourism, economic development, but also I think this is an environmental affairs issue all in one. Are you playing open cards as far as the levels of contamination in the Durban beaches, particularly the central beachfront?
Good evening, Baba Mhluli. Good evening to your viewers at home as well. And thank you so much for the warm congratulatory remarks. It's true that the KZN province at this point in time, we are ready for the tourism month, despite the recent challenges caused by the floods that took place. I think we are all aware of what transpired. The reality is we are very transparent as this government. We have done strategic movement on different areas. So that is why that if you've already highlighted the issue of us closing certain beaches, it is because we are the one that declared on the issue of contamination. We are the one that we gathered from time to time on strategic areas. So we are the government that is always ensuring that our safety or the safety of our people is the one that is a priority, as opposed to us just opening the places for attracting more tourists, but we can't manage the matters.
Yeah. There are independent watchdogs, but also environmentalists who are reporting some inconsistencies, particularly on that central beach front, in terms of what is reported on the public signboards of the E. coli levels. They are reporting that the independent watchdog is actually looking at them being above what is the safe, acceptable risk level of E. coli in the water.
I think it's a matter of different opinions because the law is clear. Because remember that the department is a customary custodian of the law and the policies. So we know the determining factor and stuff like that. But if certain watchdogs feel that in the past, you will find that we will invite almost all stakeholders in one table. We'll reach a consensus that this is the case. But in some instances, they will go to media even without proper formulation and evidence. So we've just accepted that. I think it's okay because we deal with some risk factors. So they're entitled to those opinions, even just to mitigate factors. If they think that we are not doing fair, they can always take us to different arenas. In our country is the country that is led through the constitutions in particular, and we are always open to those engagements. And we are always open for those who are, from time to time, they'll take the government to court and will comply. As far as we're aware, we are currently complying with all the relevant regulations.
So, I mean, according to Adopted River, there, for example, the Point Beach E. coli level is at 740 count, and you would know that it needs to be below 500. The Marine Surf Beach sitting at 21,000 count, which is way too high. North Beach sitting at 1,000 count per 100 mils. And there's been a request from the city to furnish the public in general with a certificate of the water quality test results that have been done at least in the last 2 weeks. Apparently this has been requested to no avail. What would be the challenge there?
The challenge is that even the system, when we deliberate on these things, we must always be mindful of the factors that we've got scientists who are currently involved. We've got laboratories. And so when certain factor is declared. It is declared as a result of that. We are currently speaking with the eThekwini municipality just to make sure that they comply and must make sure that no activities that is not okay must take place within the beaches, which is why that we have declared 5 beaches that are currently functional and ready for tourists. The issue of North Beach, West Beach, South Beach, Point Beach, and Umgababa Beach. And there are certain beaches that are currently closed, the West Brook, the Mhlanga, the Mdloti, Kwashon Beach. As a result of those things, I think we've got 19 that are currently not, because they are not declared fit for the processes of the tourists. So I think we are just trying to ensure that around those areas, there is no swimming that must take place. There is no surfing, fishing, bathing, canoeing, and all those activities.
Right.
As a result of ensuring that we want to maintain the issue of what you were talking about under the regulation.
So what you're saying that initially it was reported that 13 out of the 25 designated beaches were closed. Now you're saying that it is 19 out of the 25 that are closed.
Correct.
And
Correct.
How is that going to impact really on the tourism revenue that you're expecting to come, particularly during this season?
I've already indicated that the recent flood has some negative impacts, but nevertheless, you must understand that KwaZulu-Natal, out of almost all nine provinces in South Africa, we are blessed with mountainous areas, we are blessed with the Big Five, we are blessed with nice skyline of where the seashores is seen, and we are also having some strategic rivers, which is why you'll see around the Mzumbe area, there is a new trail that has been identified with 5 courses. On the 15 and 16, we'll be launching with Meet Madam, so it's another strategic area. There will be a lot of activities that are still open and enticing, a nice arena for our people. So in tourism at the level of KwaZulu-Natal, there is serious diversity. You can go and experience different areas. You can still go to the wildlife. You can still go to game park. You can still go to Drakensberg Mountain. So it's up to the level. At some point in time this month, we will be opening the launch of Octavia Boutique Hotel in partnership with eThekwini on the first week of October, which is currently around the nice establishment at Inanda. So you can be able to go to Township and experience a nice boutique hotel which has been built by a black-owned establishment. On the issue of Ilembe, we'll have a breakfast in the area on the 23rd of September. So there is no scarcity of what you could do in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. There are some serious gripe and understanding that our diversity is in real format. If you want bungee jumping, it's always open.
Yeah.
If you,
No, MEC, we appreciate your time, and thank you very much for coming on and bringing that clarity. KZN MEC there with the Department of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs, Siboniso Duma.